In this video, we're going to talk about the biggest upgrades for the S24 Plus and just how amazing they look. So let's just jump right into this. So S23 Plus to the S24 Plus is a pretty big upgrade. And I think out of all three phones that are coming out for the S24, 24 Plus, and 24 Ultra, S24 Plus might be the one to get for a lot of people, especially if you don't use the S Pen. So you're going from screen display size of 6.6 up to 6.7, so you're getting a little bit more screen real estate on there. You're going from a full HD plus resolution to QHD plus resolution. So basically 1080 all the way up to 1440 plus. It's a pretty big jump. Will you notice a lot of things in terms of the quality? Probably not, to be fair, but still, they're giving you more. And you can always, in the settings, should be able to go back to 1080p plus to get better battery life with the S24 Plus if you want to. Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 to 8 Gen 3. 8 Gen 3, if you're able to get that versus the Exynos 2400. The 8 Gen 3 should give you like 15 to 25% more improvement in GPU and CPU performance. Not huge, amazing, crazy gains that you're gonna notice every day, but still gains in gaming and just overall performance of the phone. The brightness is going up hugely, 1750 nits to 2600 nits. This is gonna be able to be used outdoors really, really well, and you'll see it outdoors really well. That's where you're gonna see a lot of these brightness improvements with the phone. 4700 milliamp to 4900 milliamp, so an extra 200 milliamps of battery life. It's probably gonna be, I would guess the battery life is probably going to be similar to the S23 Plus because you have a slightly bigger display, higher resolution, a new processor, it gets brighter, it's more powerful, this and that. So I'd probably say it's probably going to be similar battery life overall to the S23 Plus. You're going to be able to do 4K 60 now up to 4K 120. So you're going to record at 4K 120 frames per second if you want on the new phone. It used to be a default 8 gigabytes RAM, it's now 12 gigabytes RAM, so you get 4 more gigs of RAM. This is gonna be great for the prolonging of the life of this phone. The performance shouldn't really drop much over the years as the phone gets older. Wi-Fi 6E versus Wi-Fi 7. A lot of people still don't have Wi-Fi 7 routers. I do, and I haven't had a Wi-Fi 7 device yet to really test that router out with. This would be nice to check it with the S24 line of phones. I'll have the Ultra versions, I'll check it out with that, but S24 Plus also gets Wi-Fi 7. What are some of the differences of the S23 to the S24? The basic version of the S24. What kind of improvements are we going to see? Well, we've got a tweet from the Galaxy showing that it's going to go from 6.1 to 6.2 inch display. Another difference will be instead of going from 10 hertz to 120 hertz on the display, it'll go as low as 1 to 120 hertz variable refresh rate. That's going to be better for battery life. What's going to be one of the big gains on that, going from 1 to 120. Not a huge difference, but some. Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in some parts. Some parts of the world will still get the Exynos 2400, which is a little bit better in terms of performance than an 8 Gen 2, but not a lot. So don't think you're getting an 8 Gen 3 here with performance. 1750 nits versus 2600 nits of brightness, so a much brighter display on this would be better for outdoor viewing and such. Battery gets a little bump too, from 3900 to 4000 milliamps. So again, this phone will be launched tomorrow, and I'll have tons of thoughts on the launch of these phones tomorrow as well. Next up, as you see from this is a update that came out for the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. Just bugs and fixes, nothing really exciting really to run through on that, so don't get your panties in a tangle of excitement, because it's really just more of a update. So check, it's rolling out throughout the world, so if you don't have it, be patient, it will be. But the last story of the day is pre-order gifts that'll come for Germany, and I would bet probably a lot of other parts of Europe as well, and they kind of match what we're getting here in the United States. The tweet comes from Roland Quan, who says, here's what Samsung will offer for the S24 pre-order. Customers in Germany, if you get the S24 Plus, you'll get $100, or 100 euros, I should say, or if you get the 24 Ultra, you get 150 euro credit trade-in returning if returning old phone. So you got to trade in a phone. It looks like you get either you get an extra $100 or $150 in credits. You'll also get free memory upgrade to the next larger version, i.e. 128 to the 256, 256 to the 512. But he's saying in Europe you probably won't get the 512 to the 1 terabyte. It'll stop at 512 as the main upgrade for it. So again, pre-order gifts around the world so far, from what I've seen, are very similar. United States versus parts of Europe. If you have seen yours, let us know in the comments down below what they are and what impresses you the most about the pre-order gift. But your official Galaxy S24 Ultra, 24 Plus, and 24 are up for pre-order right now. I have the links down below with an exclusive additional $50 of credit that will be given to you during the time of purchase. So you want to use the links down below to not only support my site, because I'll get a little kickback from it, you'll pay the same price as everyone else, but you're also going to get an additional $50 credit on there on top of that. And then you can also take advantage of discounts as well if you have like a student or something like that. So let me talk about this real quick. I'm gonna put it on the screen for you so it's a little bit easier. S24 Ultra, up to $750 in enhanced trade-ins, plus $50 exclusive Samsung credit, plus free memory upgrade, plus $100 Samsung credit, plus if you're a student, you'll get 15% student discount. Link down below. Next would be the S24 Plus, up to $650 of enhanced trade-in credit, plus $50 enhanced an additional $50 exclusive credit, plus free memory upgrade, plus $75 of Samsung credit, plus 7.5% student discount. So when you're looking at that, you're looking at, if you're getting the 24 Plus, for instance, you'll get $125 of credit, plus if you're a student, another 7.5% off. The S24, guys, $550 enhanced trade-in, plus the $50 exclusive upgrade credit, free memory upgrade, plus $25 credit, plus a 5% student discount, so up to $75 in credits there for the S24. All this stuff is available right now. It supports the site. It gives me you're gonna get it anyway, so why not? And I'm definitely, I already pre-ordered it. I got the S24 Ultra, 512 gigabyte, super stoked about it, and much looking forward to it overall. I'm not a huge candy bar guy, I'm more of a folding fan, but candy bar phone, this is definitely one of my favorite phones every single year. And there's a good chance this will end up being, even though it's coming out at the beginning of January, there's a good chance this will be the best phone overall from anybody released. We have some huge stuff going on with Samsung. And let's first talk about what happened yesterday with the Galaxy S24 phones. We saw that the S24 Ultra is now $100 more than previous, but the pre-order is excellent, especially if you use my link, guys. It's linked down below. You'll get $150 credit right off the bat. You don't have to wait for any emails from Samsung. So you get $150 of credit that you can use on cases, batteries, chargers, earphones, tablets, all kinds of things. So check it out. But then you also get free storage upgrade. So if you want to go 256 to 512, it's a free upgrade. It won't be costing you anything extra. You also get the ability to get the phone right when it comes out for release, which would end up being like January 31st, but it'll always arrive earlier. They must always send these things days in advance, probably like 2 to 3 days before that you'll probably receive it, maybe even 4 days before that. So you can take advantage of all of that. I pre-ordered mine yesterday, I kind of mentioned it. I got the purple 512 S24 Ultra. I got I didn't even need like any of these things, but I got a case, the one with the grip on the back and a stand. It comes with a stand and a grip all in one. I also got the battery pack, and I got a Galaxy tracker. Galaxy Watch 2 tracker, which I will do a video because I actually bought one the other day too. I'm going to record that video soon for that. But as for some other stuff, let's talk about some stuff that's not so great. This story right here has to do with Galaxy AI not being free forever and only being free, especially on the S24 series of phone, for 2 years. And then it looks like you're probably may be going to have to pay for it unless you're upgrading year over year over year. This is coming straight from Samsung's little small footnotes that they have on their site. It looks like my buddy Tech Odyssey found this, and it says Galaxy AI features will be provided for free until the end of 2025 on supported Samsung Galaxy devices. Different terms may apply for the AI features provided by third-party companies, though it is clear that the Galaxy AI features aren't free for life. There's not much clarity on what the cost of the Galaxy AI will be after 2025. You got to imagine if they do have this, it's not going to be much too expensive. You're probably going to be like a monthly fee to have any AI features in there. I would guess it's probably going to be like $9.99 or something. Are they going to add more? They probably will add more AI features. It's just weird to go and transition from having all this technology, we use it for free, and it's built into these devices that we use, and then you have to pay for it, potentially. It looks like it is a bit of a turnoff. It's probably gonna happen. If Samsung's doing it, you can look at Apple definitely doing this as well as Google most likely too on here. You look at, they used to give us Google Photos, basically unlimited storage for free, and they took that away. Now it's all limited stuff and you have to pay for it. So AI is probably the next ring on these companies to add more income to their bottom line. And our last story is Samsung at the end of the press conference yesterday announced the Galaxy Ring. I'm excited about this. It's probably gonna come out the end of this year, or probably, I would guess, probably more towards the Galaxy Z Fold 6 and Flip 6 launch. I'm assuming that's probably what will come out. They'll also probably launch new Galaxy Buds 3 Pros at that event. So it's gonna be a pretty big event in general. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a device that doesn't have a display. It's probably gonna have a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks of battery life. It's gonna track your sleep, your exercising, things like that. It's gonna be mostly for. I hope it vibrates so I know when I get a notification. But they were really talking a lot about health, and I'm assuming this is a big health feature for them and a device that'll come out later. Price-wise, we don't know yet, but I'd be curious. I'd love to see it come out at $100. But it's probably gonna be $199 is my guess. We've got a couple of big stories for you, and we're just gonna dive right into them. The first one has to do with this little graphic that you can see on the screen right here behind me. And you know, a lot of the features, I mean, it's not showing every single feature, but a lot of the features that have been improved and coming to the Galaxy S24 Ultra. And I kind of wanted to just go through it, and you know, you tell me in the comments down below which one you think is the best. Circle to search, interpreter. Circle to search is when you circle something either with your finger or the pen, and it will search for that object or those words. I think that's pretty cool. Interpreter is going to allow you to do two-way conversations very naturally with AI. Live translate, very something, just what I said. Actually, maybe I got interpreter wrong then. Sounds the same. You can correct me where I'm wrong with that. Note assist, it'll keep track of your notes that you write down. Chat assist, you go through all your chats and stuff like that, and it'll assist you with your chats and organizing them. Transcript assist, again, you can organize that stuff. You got the new memory and storage amounts, which are basically the same from throughout the years, up to 12 gigs of memory, and then 256, 512, or 1 terabyte of storage, a 5,000 milliamp battery, the dynamic AMOLED 2X display, which I've heard through Ice Universe that it looks a little bit different. Might look dimmer than it normally does because of the coating that they're using with that new Gorilla Glass, so just be aware of that. Quick share, which allows, they've had it on other phones, but you can share files really quickly with each other. You got the new camera system up there with all the megapixels, the 200 megapixels, and the quad camera system for the camera. You have night photography and space zoom up to 100x zoom. Pro Visual Engine, titanium frame, which is new. Corning Gorilla Armor photo assist to take care of all the new features built into the camera, where you can like remove people or make them smaller, stuff like that. The one thing that I didn't hear mentioned, and I spoke to one of my friends too that has the phone, and removing people from video was not in there, which was supposed to be in there, I guess. The new colors. What's your favorite thing in there? When I look at this, for me, it's probably gonna be Photo Assist that I'm most excited to try out. Photo Assist, and then I would probably say
maybe live translate, because that would be kind of cool to use that when I speak to people around here that speak Spanish. I can't speak Spanish, but let me know about you guys. Put it in the comments down below. Now, before we get into the last story, if you want to take advantage of the pre-order, it's still linked down below. You can still get a lot of the free pre-order gifts. You get up to $150 with just my link. You don't have to wait for your reservation link if you haven't received it or you didn't find it. Just click on the link down below and take advantage, and it supports the site. Without further ado, let's get to the last story. It has to do with the Exynos 2400 and the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Now, the 8 Gen 3 is only on the S24 Ultras. You can only get that. The S24 Ultra only comes in the 8 Gen 3, I should say. But in some parts of the world, the S24 Plus and the S24 come with, again, in some parts of the world, come with the Exynos 2400. But how do those two perform against each other? Well, there's actually a whole video on it, but I guess it's in Vietnamese, unfortunately, which I don't know Vietnamese. But what I was gonna say is, what's cool is that both the Exynos 2400 and the 8 Gen 3 perform very, very close against each other. You can see with Gen Impact that, you know, trying to get the high frame rate 50 to 60, and that's the same on both of these, 50 to 60. Low frame rates average 32 to 55. This one averaged 35 to 55. And the percentages of the heat are basically the same for the most part, 44.6 versus 44. That's amazing. And in this other benchmark, Exynos 2400 actually beat the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Exynos scored over 200,000 points higher, but reaches a higher peak in average temperature overall. But still, I mean, these are close enough that you probably won't notice a huge difference, which is good. We were worried about the Exynos 2400 really competing with the 8 Gen 3, and it looks like it can. We've got an amazing story today. First of all, what's inside the box when you buy the Galaxy S24 Ultra phone? Really, all the S24s. What comes in there besides paperwork, which all phones get, which, if anything, they should turn that paperwork into a QR code that you can just grab online in a PDF. What comes inside the box? Well, this is what comes inside the box. The phone, the S23 Ultra or the S24 Ultra, I don't know why I'm saying 23, 24 Ultra phone, or if you get the 24 or 24 Plus, you'll get the phone as well. You get a USB-C to USB-C cable with all three phones, if you get it, and then you also get your SIM card ejector tool. Beyond that, guys, you're not getting anything else in the box. Still no charger, no extra goodies, no headphones like in the day. Back in the day, you would buy a phone and you would get the phone, you'd get a charging cable, a charging brick, so you get the whole charging package. You would get headphones, wired headphones, but still, doesn't matter, you still get headphones in there, along with the SIM card ejector. I'm trying to think if anything else is missing that you would get. I mean, some companies, especially Chinese phones, still give you a case, so sometimes you'd get a case thrown in there as well. Beyond that, I can't think of anything else, but it'd be nice if they brought some of those features back. Like, how nice would it be that every time you got a phone, you got some wireless buds, you got a charging cable and charging brick, the SIM card ejector and the phone? I'd be completely happy with that. What about you guys? Don't forget, the pre-order is still going on, so you can still get all the pre-order gifts up to $150 if you use my link in the description down below. Plus you get free storage upgrade, you get either the 24, 24 Plus or 24 Ultra phone, and you'll get it before January 31st. So link down below, supports the site. I appreciate it. Without further ado, our last story of the day though, guys, is a good one. Why? Because if you've been reading software things bad, either about the camera or the performance or anything else about the Galaxy S24 phones, well, there's some light over the horizon. What is that? Well, because there's an update coming out. Per Max Jamber, a software update will be available for all S24 phones on Tuesday, January 23rd, so just about 3 days from now. The update will enhance performance and improve camera functionalities. It's advisable to refrain from watching device reviews until the software update is released. So if you've been hearing bad things about the phone, Samsung always puts out, just like most manufacturers, puts out an update, a day, I guess they'd call it a day one or day zero update, that when you get the phone, you update it and you're good to go. This will be, by the time we get the phone, most of us, we'll have this update already with us. We can put it in place and we'll be good to go. But yeah, performance, camera functionality, and camera performance will all be improved with this update in just a few days. So if you're reading bad reviews or bad things about the phone, I wouldn't put too much weight into it. Wait till they put another 1 or 2 updates out before things really get to where they should be with stability and quality wise and performance and everything along those lines. Only got one story for you, and it is all about Samsung Galaxy S24 pre-orders. I'm talking 24, 24 Plus, 24 Ultra here in America, especially because I've already seen it in the comments, and I even see it with a couple of my orders because my father-in-law got one and so did I. The phone, it's due to come out on release January 31st. I know some people are seeing their orders, day one orders. They ordered the very first day or the very next day, and they're seeing their orders get pushed back to February 14th. So I wanna say, if you see it at February 14th instead of January 31st, which out of the 2 orders that I have, one of them says like that, the other one does not. One still says January 31st, the other one says February 14th. The February 14th one, I don't think it will ship on February 14th. I still believe it'll ship on January 31st or before. And I say before because they usually ship these out 2 or 3 days earlier than the expected official release date. And when that happens, we've seen this year over year that people order these, you know, maybe not right at the very second you can order it, but like maybe like 20, 30 minutes later or an hour later or whatever it is. And they still end up getting shipped out the very release date or, you know, a couple days before the release date. I wouldn't worry that much right now. I know we're still about a week away before these probably start to ship, or at least by the end of this coming week, things will start to ship out. I wouldn't worry though. We're still 10 days officially from the release date, and then like I said, about a week away before they actually start shipping out to us. So February 14th, the people that are getting like that, like me, I don't think it'll ship that late. I could be wrong, but I've seen it in the past with these, and if you go by the history and how Samsung has shipped these phones out, it's still a really high chance, a high probability you'll still get it on or before release date. So don't fret too much. I know a lot of you guys are going crazy in the comment section and stuff like that, but don't. Let's wait until end of next week or the weekend of next week at the very latest, or even Monday of next week, like Monday the 29th, before you start worrying, because they're gonna get these out to you guys. I wouldn't worry about that. He's still gonna ship out a bunch of these. I think they're just, Samsung's manufacturing, not defects, but the way they, fulfillment, I should say, order fulfillment is usually not the greatest in terms of when they say something's gonna be shipped out, it's usually wrong. So I wouldn't worry that much. But as things come out, I will let you guys know, but don't worry too much right now. I think you're safe. Have a great day. Let me know what your thoughts are on this, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.